great name. Why do our best players go to damn Alabama? Well, because they're better than you right now, and they can pay a lot of money, right? I mean, I think that LSU wants to be there as well. I think that LSU's maybe a little behind the eight ball in that regard right now. I mean, it seems like a lot of the it seems like a lot of the drive behind A&M yesterday were all these NIL deals and whatnot. It's a big promise numbers. I mean, message boards, do not take message boards as being fact. But sometimes, they can be onto some things. And if the numbers that are on message boards that are rumored are true, we're like, this guy's being offered $250K. And then Alabama's saying, if $250K, whatever, we'll get you more than that. And we know there's been bigger NIL deals to begin with. And we saw the text deal and everything else. Like, okay. If somebody offers me $250K to leave my school and go to their school, and my school is, let's say I made 30, you're going to tell me you're going to take that? I'm not saying you can't judge him for taking it. Like, be mad at whoever if they leave your school. Be angry. But if whatever job you do now, if somebody was to offer you 3 times more, wouldn't you leave like no questions asked, basically? This is the new era. This is the new era.
How many players, and this isn't rhetorical, how many players has LSU lost to Alabama? Savion Smith and now Eli Ricks. Like, are we talking like high school recruits? Is that what we're coming at? And not just players?
Maybe. I don't know, to be honest. I mean, I was just thinking about just Eli Ricks.
Yeah, and look, Eli Ricks shut it down early this year. He shut it down. He had, a torn labrum? Or I think that was what it was. He shut it down. He decided not to play. Yeah. It was something that he had, and he was playing through, decided not to play. Like, Eli Ricks was never playing for LSU next year. He wasn't. Like, he had already made up in his mind. He was done. And, he chose Alabama. A lot of people thought he would choose USC, go back home. He doesn't. He chooses Alabama. It'd be very interesting to see how his career finishes up.
Yeah, who knows? Only time will tell. I'm not even offering as much of a commentary on, like, is Ricks a good player? Is LSU losing players to Alabama? Whatever. All I'm offering a commentary on more is, let's just all be a little honest about how we would react if somebody came in and offered you 3 times the amount of money. I love being a part of the 11th ranked mid-market local sports morning show in the country. I absolutely freaking love it. But if somebody comes and offers me 3 times what I'm making, I'm out. I'm in peace.
Wait a minute.
Like
hold up. No. Hold up.
If Roll Tide Radio rolls up and like Tebow, I will sacrifice every ethic and moral and everything in my life for that 3-time salary. Mario, you're a damned liar. You're giving me the thumbs down. Okay.
Stop.
Mario. Yeah, what's up?
So I gave up a show that I loved, SEC This Morning, with one of my best friends because I wanted to come work with you, and you would just bail?
So,
and full disclosure, you know what I make over there.
Yeah, but okay, so
nothing.
Well, I'm hesitating here because this is going to open up your finances, and I don't know if you want to do that.
No, we're not opening up how much I make, but
we're not getting into specifics. But I'm saying, are you making less now than you were then?
I mean, I was doing more shows, yeah.
Or are you making?
Yes, I'm making less. I did 165 shows. I get paid per show over there.
That was a bad move then.
I was only doing the.
I'm very happy you made it, but that was a poor move. If you are indeed making less money, unless you have a work satisfaction and life happiness that is greater than the money you lost, which is great. And you know what? If we're talking about 5% difference, 10% difference, I get that. I absolutely get that. You could definitely have better work-life justification and satisfaction. But again, if somebody's offering you 2 times what you're making, 3 times what you're making, every single person here is out. Unless, Mario, you're going to say no.
No, I'm not saying I would say no. I was just booing the Roll Tide Radio part of that and how you just went with no hesitation. Like, if Alabama came to me and was like, you can be the Spanish voice of the Tide, we'll pay you 3 times as much, I would definitely at least think about it. I wouldn't just up and leave.
Boy, you see me out there. I have a houndstooth fedora on 5 minutes later. Come on, man. Hey, come on down to T-Town, boys. I've been telling y'all, boys, this what's up. Old Nick Saban, old Crimson Emperor. I would be sleeping with my cousin faster than you would blink. She would be pregnant with our incestuous, deformed baby before you could cough, Mario. If Roll Tide Radio came and offered me 3 times what I was making. I'm just saying, dude. That is just true. A lot of people are saying bad luck. That's fine, man. That's all well and good. I think you're all lying to yourselves. Unless you already make enough where you're just living a completely contented lifestyle, or you're just content because, you should be, and it's one of the greatest things you can be in life. Comparison's a thief of joy. The road that I'm describing sometimes is fraught with folly, and if you make everything about money, then you run the risk of really maybe hurting yourself in the end, but it makes it pretty damn hard to not make it all.
Yeah, Emil, I am pondering everything right now. A lot of what I'm going through my mind is not good thoughts for T-Bob right
How's
now.
Anthony Archell telling me I'm so fake when I'm being the most real here? I'm not lying and trying to say it'd be like, I don't know if I want to make 3 times the amount of money. Bruh, Anthony, if I walk into your office today and offer you 3X, you gone. You know it. You know you are. Like, who wouldn't it be? And Mario, you're lying too. I don't believe you.
I want Danny's opinion on all this. He's just sitting there.
Danny's nodding along. I know Danny.
I know Danny. Danny's going towards the money trail.
Yes, Danny's out too.
Yeah.
But he has a heart. You seem not to.
That's fine. That's fine. That's
and
perception.
just said
Again,
you don't have any heart?
Again, I'm being honest. I'm being honest with how this all works. Okay?
I'm not going to. No, you can offer me 3 times. I'm not going to a Tuscaloosa radio station.
There you go. Now that would speak to somebody who has a very contented and happy lifestyle.
I'm not going anywhere in Gainesville,
Okay.
Tuscaloosa, or College Station.
Yeah, I
Now, Lexington, Starkville, Oxford, some other places, maybe we can have that conversation. But those 3, I am not going.
Yeah, man. Look, I'd be addicted to meth so fast and make your head spin.
Where? I mean, there's a couple of locations that I said that could happen. Gainesville for sure.
I'll never forget Tuscaloosa, the Bryant Denny in-stadium ads where the replay was the zero meth instant replay, and it was sponsored by a campaign to cut out meth use in Alabama. That really stuck with me. I'm guessing they have a different sponsor now. Maybe not. I don't know. But that was pretty wild back in the day.
Meth Gator.
Yeah. Oh, Meth Gator. There you go, dude. No, look, so, again, I get it. And you know what? Maybe I'm just a product of how I was raised. Well, why do you think the cannon went from the Saints to the Falcons?
That's very true.
He always talked about it, bruh. He's a mercenary, okay? He was there to provide for his and his own. I got 2 little girls at home I'm trying to provide for. I want them to have whatever the hell they want. And so, like I said, I think your answer speaks somebody who's living a fully contented and happy lifestyle. I am very happy. No doubt about that. But I want more. Who doesn't want more? I think the vast majority of us want more. I think that's one of the most base common denominators in all of humanity. So all I'm saying is, when you judge these kids, recognize if you're making $30K in NIL deals and somebody offers you $250, you may leave. Or you would want to leave. Or you should leave, honestly.
I know this conversation, to kind of bring it back to what we started with before I found out that I get stabbed in the back very quick, even though I've been very loyal to you.
How did I stab in the back?
Because you said you would just bounce. I'm like, man, the things I did to get to the show. Anyways, like, we know College Station. We know what the endowment is there. We know what it is at a place like UT, who's about to come into the SEC. Like, do we know, like, what Alabama's is? Like, because everybody always throws, LSU's is $500 million, A&M's is $13.5 billion or whatever.
What are we talking about? Endowment?
And just endowment, yeah. I mean, where is LSU kind of compared to Alabama? I didn't know if you knew that.
I don't know LSU's
because you were so ready to jump ship. I didn't know.
LSU's endowment is not particularly impressive.
Like
But how does endowment come into play in this conversation?
I mean, a lot. Look, are you serious?
Well,
like, a lot of those people that are part, like.
Well, what I'm saying, but the endowment is money that is given to the school, and then the school. LSU's endowment's $546 million.
Okay, and those people are
going
to be the same people that own companies that are going to give the NIL deals. Is my point.
Well, but that endowment's nothing to write home about in terms of college endowments.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm asking, like, where they kind of compared to some other schools. Like, what is Alabama's? Like, A&M's is, because of oil and gas, going to be in the billions like it is.
A quick Google search says Alabama System Financial Endowment was valued at $1.5 billion. Maybe $800 million. I don't. I mean, we shouldn't be answering these like these are facts. Again, this is a quick Google search that is saying this.
So that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, it looks like the university. It looks like their endowment is 946, about double that of LSU.
All right, so that's a little surprising that it's double. I'm just kind of curious because it's not apples to apples, but it's still, I think, part of the conversation.
You're saying using endowment as a representative of your general alumnus money base.
Yeah, because a lot of these NIL deals are going to be people that give money to the school as well because they own companies and they're giving, you know what I'm saying? So,
bro, how about that Princeton endowment, dog?
I'm trying to get Jackson Hester to play D into Princeton. I mean,
25.9 billion. Yale, 31.2 billion. Their entire operating budget can come out of the interest off of the endowment. These Ivy Leagues just have an ATM that is straight up printing money.
T-Bob is correct. Endowments mean nothing for athletic departments. That's where we're going to have a little bit of a disagreement. I just think it kind of tells you like what kind of money you have being given to the school. And a lot of times,
I do agree with that.
Those people that are giving that money are the same people that own the companies that are going to give NIL deals because they
Yeah.
They love the school. They want the school to be successful. And athletics isn't all of that, but it is definitely a portion of that.
The great dividing line that I see between Alabama and LSU in that regard is that in Alabama, and a lot of this has to do with Bear Bryant first off establishing this and then Nick Saban running with this, but it's just a full statewide to a man and woman commitment. It's a bit like the Third Reich, right? Like if you were to invade Alabama and try to kill Nick Saban, you would have little 12-year-old soldiers out there in the streets of Tuscaloosa defending his house with his life. Like the buy-in is full and 100% from literally every human being, whereas Louisiana, as we know, even with just one flagship university, I think our political history has shown you this and many other things. We tend to squabble a bit more, maybe snap at each other a bit more, try to get a bit of the pie a bit more. It's not as united or cohesive as a front, which, again, sometimes it takes a transcendent vision. And as we head into this Wild West, this chaos, this unprecedented era of college football, I feel, I don't feel anybody's 100% going to be successful in these times, but I do feel good about somebody like Scott Woodward who appears to have that competence, that long-term vision, be able to peer into the future a bit and see what this all holds.
And Stephanie Remp as well.
Yes. The whole, that's what I said, the whole Woodward team.
Right.
Not just.
Yeah, you do feel good about the leadership and what they're capable of doing as far as helping any possible way that they can. And there was actually Florida state law that's trying to get more power for the schools to help out with NIL deals. Like, so that's the next big thing to come, because right now schools technically are not able to assist. Now you have to go through compliance if you get a deal. And I'm not even sure that that's everywhere. I think that's only in certain spots. Go through compliance, tell them the deal. They run it through. Like I can tell you, I had a football camp in the summer, and we had like Andre Anthony, we had John Trey Kirkland, we had a couple of players that Damone Clark was one of them. And all we did, you filled the paperwork, you submit it to compliance, and said it's basically an NIL deal because we used their name, image, and likeness. And they signed off on the paperwork. You told them how much money they were going to make, and you document everything, and that's how that works. But if schools in this new Florida law are able to get more involved, and maybe they can help reach out and get NIL deals. And I think that benefits a place like LSU and LSU's social media department. How many people around LSU always have these ideas to be able to go out there and do stuff like that. I think that would help LSU. I mean, it's forever changing, like we said, like just because it's only in Florida state law right now and they're proposing it, obviously like it can make its way to Louisiana very fast as well.
Yeah, and that's where this all gets really messy is at this point, what can the NCAA even do if they wanted to do something? Because these are laws. These are state laws. The NCAA is not a legislative body for the laws of this land. Like they would have to get some sort of federal ruling or guide set on this, and the wheels of justice are notoriously slow. But again, I don't even know that I want any regulation or anything. We'll get into the market and the invisible hand and all of that. I do agree with PMV Patrick here, though, saying that the Third Reich compares. It's probably the Alabama buy-in is probably more apt to describe Japan than even the Deutschland. Japan was truly to a man and woman and child in World War II to a mind-boggling, sickening sort of degree. And I would recommend anybody listen to Supernova in the East, the latest hardcore history series. All right.